This is News 25 Daybreak.
Good morning. You're taking a live look over the east side of Evansville on this Tuesday, November 15th. Monday brought a batch of severe storms to the tri-state. Tuesday greets everyone with rain and plenty of it. Good morning. We say good morning to you. Welcome to News 25 Daybreak. I'm Jordan Vandenberg. All those stories and a whole lot more is coming up. But first, let's get a look at our forecast on this Tuesday. As we mentioned, we got rain. As David mentioned, the tri-state's waking up to a soaking start to the day. This morning, Vectren has restored power to just about everyone after Monday's severe weather left 600 customers without power. And the rain pounded and lightning struck and strong winds whipped across the tri-state Monday night. Evansville Regional Airport reported a wind gust of 62 miles an hour. The severe storm even sparked a fire at a home just outside of Henderson. Authorities say 4 fire departments responded to the scene. Firefighters say lightning ruptured the propane line on the south side of the house, and that's what started the fire.
Propane, I mean, we definitely could have added fuel to the fire. There's always a chance that the propane tank could rupture itself if it catches fire.
Firefighters say the house is vacant and no one was hurt. In Vanderbilt County, the storm spared no one, even the men and women in uniform. Strong wind gusts ripped up a 75-foot strip of the roof of the German Township Fire Department on St. Wendell Road. Today, insurance company will inspect the roof and estimate the damage. Fortunately, during the storm, firefighters were training in the building next door and no one was hurt. And of course, the News 25 weather team wants you to be aware of the best places to be in case of severe weather. The National Weather Service issues a tornado warning or watch in your county. If you have a home that has a basement, go there. If you don't have a basement, go to the lowest floor inside the house and get inside a bathroom, interior hallway, or closet. If you're in an office building or store, move to an interior room. Cover yourself with something thick like heavy blankets or a mattress if possible. And of course, stay with us on News 25 for the latest on any threats of severe weather. New information this morning on the plans to tie down hundreds of mobile homes in Evansville until more money becomes available from FEMA. Officials say that plan is on hold. County leaders originally had plans to install the tie-down straps on every mobile home following the deadly tornado 6 years ago. They've been able to take care of about 650 homes so far.
What we found, it really will prevent extra damage that could be caused by having them strapped down. Also in like high wind events, you know, if you have a larger wind that's maybe not a tornado wind, they're helpful there. But again, we would recommend that everybody vacate their home if there's a tornado warning or watch out there.
The commissioner says phase 1 of this project has been successful. He's now looking forward to getting the grant money to continue finding other homes that need tie-down straps. We'll, of course, keep you updated on this developing story. More women have a safe and dry place to wake up to this morning. For the first time, the United Caring Shelters opened their doors to women Monday. The facility already has overnight housing for men, but expanded that service to women as well. Leaders say plans for this expansion have been in the works for about 8 months.
I've tried to get into different shelters here. They're like, I don't have kids. So they're like, well, we're full. I'm not a rape or abuse victim. So they just had people for that.
We've currently got capacity for 15 women. We can increase that to 25 if we get some twin-size bunk beds.
Women can stay for up to 6 months and will have to undergo a breathalyzer test every night before checking in. Vectren officials go on the defense, saying the company's proposed rate hike is valid. The utility company defended their proposal at the city council meeting Monday night. Vectren CEO Carl Chapman says improvements of the company's A.B. Brown power plant would actually save money right away by being more efficient. Company officials say the change would mean about $1 increase on the average electric bill. Reminder, the trolley is up and running to get you to and from Ford Center. Mets officials say since May, the trolley route has been successful. During big events, the trolley makes stops at parking lots and garages downtown. The base fare on regular Mets routes is $1 a ride. Children under the age of 5 who are traveling with an adult also ride for free. The brand new landmark is also keeping its promise this morning. City officials promised jobs and plenty of them coming from Ford Center as it was being built. Venue Works says there are more than 400 part-time jobs and 25 full-time positions available at Ford Center. The company's executive director says they still have open positions, everything from food service to marketing.
Anytime you're talking about that number of jobs in a in a community, it's a big pull right now. We've been hired quite a few really good employees, and we'll continue to hire throughout the probably forever.
For a link to apply Venue Works, go to our website news25.us. All right, so check this out. This is not your average drinking fountain. These new additions to USI's campus are cutting back on waste in a huge way. The university says they've seen a reduction in plastic bottles being tossed out by 80%. Students can just refill their old water bottles with filtered water, saving them money and cutting back on trash.
Technologies involved here, I like to think, are cutting edge. The things that the students see here, I hope carry over into their professional and private life as well. The things that they learn here and the things that they carry with them make our students, I think, a little better prepared for the future.
And that's not all. These fountains are also very informative. They actually count how many bottles you've saved Mother Earth. Welcome back to Daybreak. Your time now is 6:26. New claims of innocence coming from former Penn State football coach Jerry Sandusky this morning. However, the coach did admit to showering with children. Sandusky's attorney tried to clarify his client's comments, saying Sandusky is just a, quote, overgrown jock who was just horsing around, and there was nothing sexual in nature. The CEO of Second Mile, the charity originally founded by Jerry Sandusky, has resigned. The CEO stepped down after 28 years and promises to work with police and conduct its own internal investigation. We'll have more on this developing story in our next half hour of News 25 Daybreak. A small college in South Carolina finds itself in a similar situation as Penn State. Officials at the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina, say they should have done more to address a report of sexual abuse on their campus. Back in 2007, a male camper at the school reported a camp counselor allowed him to watch pornography on his computer. Also, the camper says the two engaged in sexual activity but did not touch one another. The camp counselor faces child sex crimes in a neighboring city. Coming up on Daybreak, let's make a date. A new flight from Owensboro to the Gateway City gets ready to take to the skies just in time for the holidays. And severe storms pummel the tri-state. We have a look at the damage coming up. Those stories plus the latest from the First Warning Doppler Weather Center moments away when News 25 Daybreak comes right back. Good morning. You're taking a live look over the east side of Evansville, specifically the Lloyd Expressway on this Tuesday, November 15th. Monday brought a batch of severe storms to the tri-state, and Tuesday greets everyone with rain and plenty of it, as you can tell. And envy all the drivers out there. I'm certainly glad I'm not a part of that. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday morning. I'm Jordan Vandenberg. All the day's news and plenty of it's just a moment away. But first, let's get a look at our forecast on this Tuesday morning. Meteorologist David Heckard. The Tri-State is waking up to a soaking start to the day. This morning, Vectron has restored power to just about everyone after Monday's severe weather left 600 customers without power. And the rain pounded, lightning struck, and strong winds whipped across the Tri-State Monday night. Evansville Regional Airport reported a wind gust of 62 miles an hour. The severe storm even sparked a house fire at home just outside of Henderson. Authorities say 4 fire departments responded to the scene. Firefighters say lightning ruptured the propane line on the side of the house, and that's what started the fire.
Propane, I mean, we definitely could have added fuel to the fire. There's always a chance that the propane tank could rupture itself if it catches fire.
Say the house was vacant and no one was hurt. Moving to Vanderbilt County now, the storm spared no one, even the men and women in uniform. Strong wind gusts ripped up a 75-foot strip of the roof of the German Township Fire Department on St. Wendell Road. Today, an insurance company will inspect the roof and estimate the damage. Fortunately, during the storm, firefighters were training in the building next door and no one was injured. And of course, the News 25 weather team wants you to be aware of the best places to be in case of severe weather. The National Weather Service issues a tornado warning in your county. If you have a home that has a basement, go there. If you don't have a basement, go to the lowest floor and get inside a bathroom, interior hallway, or a closet. If you're in an office building or a store, move to an interior room. Cover yourself with something thick like heavy blankets or a mattress if possible. And of course, stay with us at News 25 for the latest on any threats of severe weather. Moving on now, 2 Owensboro residents remain in the hospital this morning after their car flipped in Christian County. Kentucky State Police say 44-year-old April LaRoche was driving on the Pennyroyal Parkway when she swerved to avoid a deer. She lost control of her SUV, flipped several times. LaRoche and her passenger were taken to a nearby hospital. With the start of deer season, troopers want to remind you to keep on the lookout this morning. You should never swerve to avoid a collision because you can lose control of your car. New information this morning at 6:34 on flights from Owensboro to St. Louis. Owensboro Regional Airport officials say Cape Air will start taking off December 5th. Cape Air will be operating 18 flights a week. Fares are expected to be at $50 each way. Owensboro Mayor Ron Payne says this will increase business and leisure travel to and from Owensboro. New on Daybreak this morning, no, he is not a pedophile, but yes, he admits to showering with young boys. That was the shocking admission Jerry Sandusky made while also proclaiming his innocence. This morning, the attorney for the former Penn State assistant coach says the criminal charges can and will be explained. ABC's Tamon Bradley has the latest on the sex scandal in Happy Valley.
Tamon Bradley, ABC News.
Back here at home at 6:36, community leaders in Western Kentucky now have more money to keep teens alcohol-free. Kentucky State Police donated $25,000 to River Valley Behavioral Health Monday, and it'll go toward alcohol prevention programs. The money will go toward alternative programs and education about the dangers of underage drinking. Organizers say adults don't realize how serious the problem really is as long as teens aren't driving.
They think alcohol or drinking underage is a rite of passage. We got kids still dying. They're dying from drownings. They're dying from incidents, murders, suicides, things like that that are alcohol related.
The agency shows taxpayers in the Bluegrass State spent more than $750 million on underage drinking costs back in 2007. That's mostly on medical care and loss of work. News 25 tracking the economy. 37. Lowe's Home Improvement could use an improvement of its own when it comes to earnings. The home improvement retailer reports its third quarter earnings fell 44%. That's about $400 million less than last year's profits. Lowe's officials say homeowners are still cautious about starting renovation projects when home prices are still weak. And just when you're getting ready to hit the road for the holidays, gas prices could be on their way up. Analysts say crude oil prices have increased by 20% since the beginning of last month, and that will likely mean higher prices at the pump. Some analysts believe gas prices could top the $4 mark for the first time since 2008. And speaking of which, News 25 gas tracker at 6:38. Here's a quick look at prices here at home in Evansville. You can fill up over $3.32 a gallon at the Thorntons on East Morgan and in Henderson across the Twin Bridges. You might want to stop by the Swifty station on South Green Street. Gas is $3.16 a gallon. Around the Hoosier State this morning, investigators are looking into what set a downtown lounge on fire in Bluffton. Large fire swallowed part of business Monday morning around 9. Fortunately, no one was inside at the time of the fire. And just outside of Indianapolis, a semi-truck slammed in the back of a school bus, injuring several students and the driver. Authorities say the bus was stopped in front of a student's house when the semi crashed into the back of it. Fortunately, no one was seriously hurt. The semi-driver received a ticket for failure to yield. The River City celebrates the discovery of the perfect Christmas tree this morning. The Colorado blue spruce that stands at more than 20 feet tall is this year's winner. It will stand as the holiday centerpiece for the city of Evansville. Bob and Belle Green, who live on Washington Avenue, own this tree. The Greens had donated one of their trees several years ago and then planted this one. And now the legacy continues. Coming up on Daybreak, a step forward, a giant leap backward. Brush up on your geography. At this rate, you won't see any basketball stateside this season. The latest on the NBA lockout coming up. Welcome back to Daybreak. Our time now is 6:48. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. New York officials give Occupy Wall Street protesters the boot, telling them to get out of a city park. Mayor Michael Bloomberg told demonstrators to remove their tents and tarps so crews can clear the park out. However, unlike Portland and Oakland, the mayor says demonstrators can return. A day after officials forced them to leave, Occupy Oakland protesters marched back to their former campground, determined to show their solidarity. City officials say the group is more than welcome to gather there, just not camp out. Early Monday, authorities were able to remove the tents from the plaza and made 32 arrests in the process. This next story might make you pull out your history book a little bit. The Mississippi House of Representatives will be Republican-controlled for the first time since the Civil War. Although some counties are still counting absentee ballots, Republicans will control at least 62 seats for the first time since 1865. Republican presidential hopeful Mitt Romney paid a quick visit to Sarasota, Florida Monday, but his visit didn't come without opposition. Supporters of Planned Parenthood gathered outside to protest Romney's plan to defund Planned Parenthood if he becomes president. Republican frontrunner Herman Cain made a trip to the hallowed grounds of Lambeau Field for Monday Night Football. Cain addressed the accusations of sexual assault swirling around him, saying he's been convicted in the court of public opinion, but nothing else. He maintains he's innocent. One step forward followed by a huge step backward. There could be more proof this morning that pro basketball might be played overseas this season. The Players Association rejected the league's latest offer Monday. Also, the players decided to disband the union and pursue antitrust action against the owners. This decision puts the entire NBA season in jeopardy. Games were already canceled through mid-December. Welcome back to Daybreak. Your time now is 6:53. Here's a look at the top stories this morning. Tri-State wakes up to a soaking start. A quick look at the damage from Monday night's severe weather across the region straight ahead. And tying it down, the latest development in the plan to tie down mobile homes. And the River City's new landmark keeps its promise of new jobs. We'll have more of those stories about 4 minutes. But first, let's get a look at our forecast with meteorologist David Hecker. Welcome back to Daybreak. Your time now is 6:57. Here's a look at your top stories. Rain pounded, lightning struck, and strong winds whipped across the tri-state Monday night. Evansville Regional Airport reported a wind gust of 62 miles an hour. The severe storm even sparked a fire at a home just outside of Henderson. Authorities say 4 fire departments responded to the scene. Firefighters say lightning ruptured the propane line on the side of the house, and that's what started the fire. Firefighters said the house was vacant and no one was hurt. In Vanderbilt County, the storm spared no one, even the men and women in uniform. Strong wind gusts ripped up a 75-foot strip of the roof at the German Township Fire Department on St. Wendell Road. Today, an insurance company will inspect the roof and then estimate damage. Fortunately, during the storm, firefighters were training in the building next door and no one was injured. New information this morning on plans to tie down hundreds of mobile homes in Evansville until more money becomes available from FEMA. Officials say that plan is on hold. County leaders originally had plans to install tie-down straps on every mobile home following the deadly tornado 6 years ago. They've been able to take care of about 650 homes so far. The commissioner says phase 1 of the project has been successful. He's now looking forward to getting the grant money to continue finding other homes that need the tie-down straps. A brand new landmark is keeping its promise this morning. City officials promised jobs and plenty of them coming from Ford Center as it was being built. Venue Works says there are more than 400 part-time jobs and 25 full-time jobs available at Ford Center. The company's executive director says they still have open positions, everything from food service to marketing. And for a link to apply at Venue Works, go to our website, news25.us. It's raining now, which, you know, if the Aces were taking on IU today, that probably wouldn't be a good thing, but luckily they play tomorrow.
Well, they play indoors, Jordan, too.
Well, that's too, but of all the fans going in and out, I mean,
it would be a little wet for the fans and the players, but they're not going to play. It's not going to be outside like that aircraft carrier game on Friday. We are, as you mentioned, though, we do have a lot of rain out there. It's trying to shut down, though, here in the city of Evansville. That may succeed in the next hour or so, so we will see some dry time later on. A little bit cooler, though, with temperatures around 60. We'll have the rainfall on our website, news25.us.
All right. See you here tomorrow morning. Make it a great day.